well, now that you guys finished up your corrective exercises for our first workout, if you want, you can go ahead and go into this one. This is going to be an actual just body weight workout for you guys to go through. We're only going 2 or 3 rounds on this because remember it's a deload week, so what we want to do is, decrease the amount of work that we're doing. So this will still get that heart rate up, still get you burning some calories, but at the same time, we're not going to be using we're not using any resistance, just body weight, and we're also decreasing the amount of time that we're working. So on this one, we have 4 exercises. We're going to go 30 seconds of work and 30 seconds of rest in between, so you're getting a good amount of work to rest ratio. So we'll go ahead and go through it. So the first exercise is going to be an eccentric push up. I'm going to give you 2 levels on this one. The first one's just going to be a basic push up hold. So we're going to get those hands right underneath those shoulders. Nice straight line from the head through the heels. Remember, we don't want to have that upper back rounded, so take that chest, push it into the ground, and pretend like we have a bar between our hands that we're trying to bend in half. That'll pull those elbows in and help you to squeeze those shoulder blades. Keep the butt squeezed nice and tight, and we would hold that for 30 seconds. Okay? Or we can go, our level 2 is our eccentric push-up. So from this push-up position, we're going to slowly lower 5 seconds to come all the way down to the ground. And then from here, you can just bring your knees to the ground, push your hips back, and come back up into that position. And again, elbows nice and tight as we get that 5-second lowering phase. And then if you have the strength for it, just go ahead and push yourself back up. So you can either come to the knees, or you can actually push yourself back up on that one. Boom. All right, so we're going 30 seconds of work on that. Then we'll rest for 30 seconds. Second exercise is going to be our total body extension. This one will be really good for getting that heart rate up, getting a good stretch through the hamstrings and butt, and driving those hips. So for this one, remember, feet are going to be hip width apart. And I'm going to slide over this way. A little bend in the knees. Our hands come back as our hips come back. And then as we drive our hips and hands up, we're coming up onto the toes. So lower impact version, we're just going nice and slow, keeping the chest up nice and tall. Exhaling as we drive those hips. You want to make it a little bit more intense. Starting to drive a little bit harder. So it's like a vertical jump without the actual jump. So turning this way, keeping that chest up. As our hands come back, weight should be on our heels. And as we come up, we're coming up onto those toes. Third exercise, after our 30-second rest, is going to be our inchworm. So this one, start with the feet hip width apart, keeping those legs nice and straight, or as straight as you can. We're going to bring those hands down to the ground, walk our hands out until our hands are under the shoulders and our hips are nice and flat. Squeeze that butt for a 1/1000 count. Now keeping the hands in the same place and the legs as straight as you can, you're going to walk those feet back up underneath you. Okay? We would stand up, turn around, and repeat it and get as many in as we can in those 30 seconds. So walking those hands out, squeezing for 1/1000, legs nice and straight as we walk those feet back up. All right? So those are our inchworms. And then last but not least, we're going to go into mountain climbers or sit-outs. So I'm going to give you 2 options there. Mountain climbers is going to be a little bit easier. We're starting in that push-up position, hands under the shoulders, nice straight line from your head all the way through your heels. And from here, we have a couple options. We can bring that knee into the chest and tap the foot, make it a little bit harder. Leave that foot up off the ground, no tap. And if you want to increase that a little bit, we can start to just increase our speed, making sure the hands are right under the shoulders. We don't want to be back here. It's going to put a lot of stress, and notice my hips start to come up. So keep those hands right under the shoulders as we rock those out. Remember, nice and tight through that low back area, that lumbar spine. We don't want to have any kind of hips jumping up and down, so keep it all nice and tight. Another option for this is going to be more advanced. Is going to be our sit-outs. For this one, start with the hands under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. And we're just going to raise our knees a couple inches off the ground from here we're going to keep our opposite arm and foot on the ground, so it would be my left hand and my right leg, and I would just swing one leg through and bring it back down. So it would be my right hand and left leg, left hand and right leg, keeping everything nice and tight, and we get as many as we can in those 30 seconds. All right, so that's our workout. That's our actual circuit, kind of strength circuit, body weight circuit for our deload workout A. 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds of rest in between, going 2 or 3 rounds. All right, enjoy, keep making changes.